to be living the champagne life. And Mr. Radio Man, won't you turn that up?
Hey, DJ Smooth, right? He's DJ Smooth, True Blue Productions. This is Single on a Saturday Night right here at The Grill, 1080 North Delaware Avenue. And today we have just like a special topic. Because I know I watched the YouTube views, and I know you only watching the first 5 minutes, so I'm going to make this juicy. Would you date someone outside of your race? We're just going to go into it because I wanted to make it juicy, so that 5 minutes right there, you and YouTube. So would you date someone outside of your race?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Yeah. Would you marry him?
I mean, I'm 40, so, you know.
Okay, whatever that means.
That's a yes.
You just told your age.
It's never been a secret.
Oh.
You can't be Dr. Danielle Patterson Esquire and pretend to be 21.
Oh.
It really doesn't work out. You can't be Danielle for judge. You got to be practicing 10 years, and you was 25 at least. So, okay, I'm 34.
No, I get it. I'm forever 21. Now, I've been on a TV show for 25 years, and people be adding it up, but I'm still 21. But go ahead, JT.
Yes, I consider myself an equal opportunity lover. So, I don't discriminate at all.
Okay, equal opportunity lover. He sounded like he was trying to say, "What's up, boo?" Mara.
Well, I'm not going to give my age, but I'll just say that it's last week I celebrated the 18th anniversary of my 25th birthday.
I love it.
Would I date outside my race? I have.
You have?
I have. And my ex-husband actually is white.
I didn't even know that.
And based on that, I would have to say no.
Oh, we're going to get more into that when we go on. She said no. Ooh, we're going to keep going. Go ahead, Catrice.
Yes, I feel like love has no color.
That's deep.
Just saying.
All right, Dawn. Dawn is from Urban X-pressions, host of Urban X-pressions from 2000 to 2007, I believe. And she's here to talk about her love life. She's actually was one of the guests to talk about her. She's been married for
17 years.
17 years.
17 years, yes.
And we're going to talk about that. So would you date outside of your race?
And actually, I'm not here to talk about my love life. Hence the reason why I've been married 17 years.
There you go.
I keep people out my business.
She ain't going to tell you all her business.
However, it's just, people are people. Experiences are experiences. And when you really get to know people and you start focusing on things that are superficial, like what race is that person, what color is that person, then you lose out.
Ooh.
So I will say that.
That's what you're going to say. Okay, I'm going to answer. She made it sound so deep. I feel so bad with my answer.
So then the answer would be no?
My answer was no, but I feel bad. Like, I feel like...
No, I mean, really, truthfully, you shouldn't feel bad about it. I mean, honestly, the reason that I say my age is because when I was younger, I did the thing, but I would never marry him because I don't want to procreate with somebody that was not black. I wanted to raise little black babies that understood they was black. I didn't want them to be like on the, I'm biracial, and not understand why they're getting beat down by the cops in the street. So I was concerned about that. I really was. It was really a thing. And, growing up in my household with my two foster brothers, my mama told my brothers, now me, I could do whatever I wanted to because the understanding was the black mama gonna bring home black babies. But my brothers, they was told, don't bring no white girls in here.
Well, I come from a whole different story. Of course, a lot of my family is biracial.
As is mine.
And my brother married, a white woman, and she had biracial kids. It is what it is. My opinion is I just haven't been approached, and I don't believe white men are attracted to plus-size women. That is my opinion. Plus-size women. I believe that. I have never been approached by a white man. Hispanic, yes, but not white.
Seriously?
Never.
Well, I'm plus size and I get approached daily.
We get different size plus size. What do you mean, woman? We're different.
But you said plus size. You gotta, I'm just saying, it's never though.
What do you want me to say? Plussy plus or size? Plussy or plus? Plussy or plus size, but not like that plus. You're a different plus. It's a different. I have never been approached. Anyway, we had a big... I'm big bone?
No, plus size.
Oh, plus size. That's not really a thing, so I can't even make that a thing because it's not a thing. Anyway, so we have guests today. They're going to talk about it. We actually have married couples. No Single on a Saturday Night is not just for single people. It's for married people. So we're going to learn from you. So maybe you can open my eyes. But if I was approached, I wouldn't say no, I don't believe. But I have never been approached. Never. So anyway, we have Josh.
So wait a minute. So you say if you were approached, was
If
it?
I was approached, I might. I mean, I might consider it. I mean, it's not something I
But
wanted.
earlier you just said you were gonna feel bad about your answer.
Because
so
my answer is
it,
no. My answer
So
is
which
no.
one is it?
But
Is
if I was
it
approached,
no because you've never
maybe-
been approached? The possibility has not been there, or is it
Would you just
no?
date but not marry?
No, I've never dated. I feel like we would be so different. Like we come from different places. Go ahead, JT.
All right, I got a question for
What's
you.
your
Because
question?
you said interracial. Are you just limited to black and white, or are you limited to Hispanic, Asian?
Multicultural.
Right. See, because you're only speaking on black and white.
Now, I'm not always speaking of black and white. That's why we have Ava here, and she's going to speak about multicultural. They don't consider themselves interracial. They consider themselves multicultural. Talk about it, Ava.
We consider ourselves multicultural because Ish is Hispanic. He is, technically, if you're Hispanic, you're of a non-race. It's not categorized as a race. It's categorized behind your skin color and what it looks like. Ish doesn't consider himself white. He considers himself a Titanio Indian, Puerto Rican. So we just say multicultural.
I understand. How about you? You that's interracial, right? Maybe I'm confused on what interracial, but Josh, Kosh, and Jacqueline.
I mean, according to the definition in the dictionary, interracial means mixing two races.
So wouldn't, whether it's Hispanic and or anything else, wouldn't that be interracial?
That'd be interracial.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
I just wanted to make sure I knew that. Isn't that the same thing?
Right.
It is. I actually wanted to pick up on his point because that's a really good point. Because my youngest daughter is actually half Mexican. I would date outside of my race, and obviously I have, but I would prefer not to date someone who's white.
Just specifically
Specifically, I need someone, this is for me, okay?
understands.
I need someone that I can come home to who understands what it's like to be a person of color. We don't have the same experiences. I understand the whole kumbaya thing. I get it. But for me, in my home, I need to be with someone who understands what it's like to interact in this world as a person of color. And really, to be quite honest, I want that to be a black man. I do. I do.
He don't gotta be black for me. He can be Hispanic. I mean,
I would consider it, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, I would. That's a person of color. I would consider it, but I mean, if I'm being real, I would prefer to date someone who is black. That's. I mean, I'm not going to
Okay,
be
so
afraid
what-
to say that.
So no, go ahead. No, so what are the?
No, that's just me. That's just me.
I know, we're just talking. It's just, you know, I just hear so much as far as, I mean, don't let your stuff or your baggage or your misinformed experience get in the way of you finding the right person.
But who's to say my
actually
experience is
married, so I am
misinformed? My experience is not misinformed. It's actually what I
I'll say
experienced.
this, because if you were married to one white man, so you're going to deem all white men being not for you because of one white man?
It's not just that. It's me being black and interacting. Period. In the U.S. Period. I mean, I want to date someone within. I want to date someone black. Period. And I'm not going to be ashamed or afraid to say that. And my experience actually isn't misinformed. And I feel like I can say this and have this opinion because I have dated outside of my race. So I'm not saying, oh, nope, never. I've never done it, and I never would, and I've done it. So no thanks.
And do you have someone now?
No, I'm single. I'm dating. Okay, but
Okay, really?
But
Really?
that could be
Okay.
said for anyone.
Like seriously,
are you
really?
are you
the answer
serious?
gonna be that must be why you single. Oh my God, we going back to this one. So the answer is, because when your standards are high, that's why you single. When you want to date within your race, now that's why you single. You fat, you ain't lose no weight. That's why you single. Like this really ain't.
I'm not going to be ashamed, or I'm not going to be ashamed to say that I want to be with someone black. I see these couples here. Beautiful couples, that's great. And if you're happy, I'm happy for you. But for me, I know what I want. And yes, I will stay single for a number of reasons until I find the correct person. Period. So, I mean, well, I have a chart. I have a chart in my purse. So,
Well, I mean, I don't have a chart in my purse. However, we're going to come back and find out then what it is. We have Howard Gilliam Jr., New Video Productions, he has worked with people like Little Romeo when he was little, but he's really big now, so it's Romeo. And of course, Lance Gross, who was engaged to Eva Pickford, who used to be Eva Marcel, who used to be in, I don't know.
Everybody knows Lance Gross. Don't nobody know who Eva Pickford is. What are you doing? Yes.
Is that so?
Yes. Everybody knows
Lance Gross.
Yes. Lance
House
Gross.
of Pain?
Yeah, Lance Gross been on actual TV and real movies. Eva Pickford did like America's Top Model, and then what else she did?
Oh.
Exactly. Well, she on some show on like TV One.
Well, so that means that's big. That's pretty big because Howard worked with him.
Yeah. Well, we all know that Howard is that bull.
Right?
We know it.
We know that. That's right. Howard Gilliam Jr. New
That's why I'm still trying to take him home, but he won't fit in my pocket yet.
Oh, I wonder if I take you home. Let's go to a break.
I felt like Cinderella.
I said, that's fiction. I dropped my hat and ran.
The whole veil comes off.
A little bit X-rated. Happy birthday, Tracy!
Hit the gas and took off.
We are back. It's Single on a Saturday night right here at The Grill, 1080 North Delaware Avenue, and the topic is interracial dating, multicultural dating. Do you think more black women are dating outside of the race? So we were talking, I want to hear from the couples. Tell us about your experience with being interracial or multicultural couples, because I know I talked to you and I believe there's some challenges with it. I don't think it's just your regular, hey, we're here together. I think there's some challenges with it. So talk about your experience. Go ahead, Jacqueline. Or not. Or Josh. Or not. Go ahead. It's all you.
There are definitely challenges. However, when it comes to being with somebody every day, living in the same house with them every day, it's more about your one-on-one compatibility. And it's just a dangerous thing to quantify somebody's experiences by the color of their skin, because experiences can vary within a race between where you live. Do you live in the city or do you live in the country? Whether you live on the East Coast or the West Coast, or if you live in Europe or Asia or Africa, we all have different experiences. So it's more about one-on-one compatibility and being able to live every day with each other, just like it would be with someone of your own race. The same qualifiers work within races too, outside of your own race.
That's her perspective. From my perspective, is a little
Which
different.
is her husband.
Yeah. This is my wife. We've been together 9 years, married for 1.
Why you wait so long? I'm scared.
Being in this situation or relationship, I've recognized that personally, I've come to develop like an extra sense to distinguish people that are genuine about people in general, or people that are, just facetious in how they deal with us as a couple because of this dynamic, being an interracial couple. It's sad to say, I get a lot of grief from black people, said and unsaid. But on the flip side, we get grief from white people too. They see us, and then, I can always see them checking her out to make sure she's not like being forcibly made to be with me. They make sure she's all right, Okay, man? Yeah. And you can feel they want to say it, Yeah. And it's just, it's a different dimension of existing in this world that we get to see.
Now, outside of that, the racial thing, we're talking about cultural differences, because I've dated outside my race. I've dated white, every nationality, but every nationality comes with their own quirks.
Right.
Okay, just like when you're dealing with parenting. With white, calm down. Do you feel like going to bed today? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
feel like washing?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you're coming
That's
from a
not
black
true.
house,
See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by
I'm
it's
just saying,
dangerous
my
to look at
experiences.
stereotypes.
I get that. I mean, you always have your exceptions. So you know what I mean? But through my experiences, when it came to raising children, I noticed like I come from a black household where we're more stringent. Go to bed, do this, do that. Where when I dealt with a white female and she had kids, do you feel like going to bed today? And I'm like, why are you asking them questions?
We got two boys who take advantage of her every day.
Right.
And I gotta come in and step in and kind of bark on them
You
a little
had to
bit.
play right.
That's not black and white. That's male and female, daddy and mom.
Sorry to tell you.
I think we all have to sit there and disagree.
Actually, you know what?
I can say because I was raised in a household that believed in spankings, corporal punishment, and what I hear about stereotypes about a black family, I feel like, wow, I went through a lot of that growing up, and my family was an urban culture at all. We grew up in the country, so we share a lot of experiences that are cross-culture. Not every black family's raised the same way, not every white family's the same way.
Well, yeah.
In my community where I grew up, there were two different types. Like my parents didn't necessarily fit in a mold, and neither did his.
Well, wouldn't you say, this is actually something that I discuss constantly. Stereotypes exist for a reason. They come from somewhere. We didn't just wake up one day and decide that black people like fried chicken and that we need to season food. We didn't, I'm going to a gym right now, them white folks in there like, what you put on that chicken? Every day they want, can you help me with this? There's a reason for it.
It's a pattern.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So it does exist. Yeah. So there are always outliers to anything. So you could come from the Southern Baptist, God gonna smite you kind of household, which is pretty much what black people do. Like it's kind of the same kind of cultural experience, but there's still outliers. Just in generally speaking, I know that when I have dealt with white men and I watch them with their kids, I just had to let them know they can't come around here. They can't, cause me and your ex-wife, we gonna have a problem. Cause why are you swinging on my door? What are you doing? And he's like, well, stop, no. Time out. I'm not about that. Like, you don't like it? Then that means you need to take him out of here because we're gonna have a problem. So it's not just that. There are cultural commonalities, and I think that's kind of like where Mara was getting to, where she felt as though people don't understand that perspective. Do you find like Ava, because Ish is Hispanic, and they really do share a lot of our culture. But there's also a lot of it outside. So do you find that in dealing with someone who is also a person of color, that it's a different experience?
I found that it was different and actually more complicated, because there's been times that I said to Ish that when I have dated white men, it was easier. Mm-hmm. And the reason why it was easier is because we shared a commonality of being within an American system. With Ish, I had to learn more about a Hispanic system. It was a language, it was a food, it was differences that weren't shared maybe between black and white, that were just maybe more so regional differences from him coming from Puerto Rico. I remember distinctly when we told his dad that we were going to marry, he said to his dad said to him, and this is a quote, "At least she's not dark-skinned."
Mm-hmm. Very common.
And I consider myself dark-skinned or brown-skinned. I don't consider myself light-skinned. So I really had taken offense to that. But outside of just having interracial differences, you have skin color differences. You have language barriers that you have to deal with when you're dealing with another person that has a Hispanic background or another cultural background outside of being an American. And Ish is American, I'm not saying he isn't, but Hispanics are a very tight-knit culture. So when I'm at his house and they're speaking Spanish, I'm like, are they talking about me? In the first couple years, I felt uncomfortable. There would be times where I would be like, Ish, I feel so black. Because I was the only one of African-American descent there. And it just felt very apparent that I was different. They weren't they didn't treat me any different, but when somebody's speaking another language you can't understand, when there's food that you haven't grown up with, you feel different.
So did you ever want to learn the language? Well, we're going to go to a break. I want to find that out when we come back. We have Jackie Baby in the house from Known Radio. She's here. Congratulations. I didn't know you were pregnant, but you're pregnant. But anyway, pregnant.
Just a little bit pregnant. You know, she's a little pregnant.
No. She really like pregnant. I didn't know that. So anyway, we have Jackie Baby here. We have Impact Music. Impact, the new male duo, is here. They're going to perform and they're going to kick it out real live. They got some inspiration coming. That's Impact Music. And of course, we have Howard Gilliam Jr. He said he worked with Bill Cosby.
And Gerald Levert. We're going to go with the big teddy bear. Gerald Levert.
Yes. New video production, and of course, AlvinaStyles.com. We have something to give away.
Maybe Bill will hire you to film his town hall.
Oh, we have something to give away. We're giving this away today. This is what we're giving away.
What is it?
It won't fit me. It fits like my thigh. It fits only my thigh. You see that? She pulling it over like, no, let's get it to this other thigh. It don't.
No, it's backwards though. So I can't do nothing with it because I gotta wear a bra. So it's
That's a long ass romper.
Pretty though, and we're giving it away. So when we come back, AlvinaStyles.com, courtesy AlvinaStyles.com, we're going to a break and we're going to find out more about interracial, multicultural, just dating someone that's not actually your race. Let's go. Go Howard. Go Howard. Yeah. Hey everybody, my name is Sheena. I'm the creator of the Hairy Situation app. If you don't have it, download it now. You may be having a hairy situation, and I can help you with that. I provide helpful tips on how to maintain the proper cause and how to purchase the perfect hair for you. So get the app, Hairy Situation, on your Google Play or your iTunes store. Hairy Situation, download it now. We are back, single on a Saturday night right here. Ooh, at the grill. You know, Delaware Avenue. That was such a force of habit. Goodness. Anyway, we are getting back into the topic, but before we do, AlvinaStyles.com, I know who I want to give this to. The only person I know it's going to fit, and it's her birthday. So this is for Mara. Happy birthday, Mara.
It might be too long though. It might be too long. It might be too long.
I don't have legs.
Sophie's. So you can't ever wear jumpers?
18th anniversary of Maya.
All right, that's Mara. It's her birthday, but we are getting back into dating. So I think you were having a conversation before we left, but I have Jackie Baby, Known Radio. Tell you are in a. You say you're in an interracial, but y'all look alike. I'm just sorry. Is that like?
Well, it's I'm Puerto Rican, but he's mixed. So he's Puerto Rican and black. But he was raised more black.
Is the mic on?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
All right.
Okay.
So you want to start?
She'll start the same question? All right. So Jackie Baby, Known Radio, you come on every Friday night. So you're in the interracial dating, but when I look at you interracial, you look the same. Like you really look the same. Eyeballs and everything.
Right. Well, I'm Puerto Rican, he's Puerto Rican and black, but he was raised, I think, a lot of his mannerisms, a lot of his upbringing, a lot of his opinions are black.
Ooh, how do you have black opinions?
Well, just...
Which parent is which ethnicity?
My mom is black and my dad is Rican.
Exactly. That was my point.
Yeah.
So he was raised by a
black mama.
That's it. That makes
back to the Betty Dowdy point of telling the boys, y'all can do whatever, but y'all make sure that y'all bring a black woman home. Just saying.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we don't have any problems in our relationship, but I think when we encounter disagreements, is usually, like he said, more upbringing, like how we raise the kids, or Pretty much how we raise the kids. I think that's pretty much. I think I tend to be more loving, more caring, more lax, like my parents were to me. And he's like, you don't reason with him, just tell him what to do. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't reason? Like, they have feelings too. He's like, he don't pay bills here. Like,
That's right. You do what I say.
You know.
Period.
So,
Wait, giving them choices, right? Do you want this or do you want that? No, you're having barbecue chicken today.
I reason more as in, do you understand why this is going on? I want him to understand at 5 why he's being punished, so that he doesn't do it again.
That's a woman.
Right.
No. My Caucasian girlfriend brought her 2 Asian adopted babies to my barbecue one year, much to all of the black people's chagrin, because they wanted to get every soda out the bin. I don't like this one, and put it down. And I don't like this one. And she's, well, what kind do you think you want? Well, maybe you want to try. I said they better drink 84 ounces of soda each, because you opened them, that means you drink them. And I don't care if they all got a sugar heart attack out here in the street and you run around. You got to deal with that problem because you let them open that soda. And they were really like, we don't understand. And then one of the black grandmamas had to say, let me tell you about it, honey. And then, that situation was solved. But that is definitely one of them cultural things. And they was running around, and we're like, why are you talking to us, children? Children are seen and not heard. Don't y'all see the grown folks at the barbecue? We're drunk. We're having a good time. You're only here because I couldn't find a babysitter.
I don't know. My nephews are, biracial. I grew up with my nephews, and my brother's wife is, ex-wife is white. But we didn't see that. I didn't see any of that. She was not all, hey, go to the corner. That's not who she was. She must have been raised around some black folks. But to me, I never even saw her as a different race. I didn't.
Well, maybe is that the identify thing? Because we had Reverend Heath here for years, and everybody thought he was the light-skinned brother on the panel. Nobody knew that he was white because all of his experiences were black. He was the white family in a very poor black neighborhood. All his friends are black. Everybody, he was running around with a fade. So we heard that all the time.
And now he got the beard, but you know what? But not even that. I don't believe I was raised, like when you say the soul food and the chicken, I don't believe I was raised soul food type. That's not how I was raised. I think our cultures are different. I was raised, like you would think, when I went to school, I used to say, my mama kind of she act like a white person. My mom was raised like a white person because we didn't cook no food. We didn't have any soul food. We kind of was raised like that. So I think even that thing, our cultures are different. I just learned to adapt. When I went to school, I was like, Mom, I'm sorry, I'm going to be black. I'm not going to be like my brother. Not that there's anything wrong with my brother, but he wanted to go to the white side and I wanted to be black. And that's how we raised. I made myself that way. I wanted to go around black people.
Really quick, I wanted to say is it Jacqueline? To your point, I agree with you regarding stereotypes. If we're talking soul food and things like that, my black card is gone. I'm serious.
They've never issued me one.
I listen to rock music, things like that. I agree with you as far as the stereotyping is concerned, but that's not necessarily the same as, using your experiences to want to stay within your own. Those are 2 completely different things. Not stereotyping someone is, I don't go, I'm not stereotyping someone just because I say I want to date
you
a black
want
man.
who you want, but
right.
that's all
I have a question.
Relationships is what you want.
You
know what I mean? It's what's for you.
It is.
So
right
that's right for you.
We're going to go
right
to a
you.
You've never heard me say that
This
it's
the
wrong.
end of the
You've
show.
never heard me say it's
wait a
wrong.
minute. We're going to end this show. We're going to come back for you. You got to stay tuned.
Y'all got to come back next week because it's about to go down.
That's it. I'm not even sure what happened, but right now, bye. We'll see you next week. Tune in next week as To Be Continued. Because they about to go in. Howard Gilliam Jr., New Video Production, AlvinaStyle.com, and Rashina Stewart of Lotus Beauty Spa. Let's go.